So let's see question number 1. We are solving for W here. The equation is given. Now, before we start, we will see here it's given W plus 5 square, which is W plus 5 times W plus 5. If we FOIL it, we get W square. 5W gives us 10W. And 5 times 5 gives us positive 25. So this is how, if I do FOIL, I get this one. Expand the equation. We get from, we are just copying this one. So we get W squared plus 10W plus 25 in the left side. And right side, I'm just copying here. So we get 2W squared plus W plus 39. If we go to next line, what we will do, one side we have, since this is a quadratic equation we are solving, then we have to make one side 0. It's not a linear equation. So we will try to bring everything in one side and other side we will make 0. For this one, I am subtracting W squared both sides. The reason is then I can avoid a negative sign here. That's the only reason why I'm doing it. So now, if I subtract W squared both sides, what I have here, on the right side, I have 2W squared minus W squared, which is W squared. And it's gone from the left side. So left side, we have 10W plus 25. And the right side, we got W squared plus W plus 39. Next, I will subtract 10W both sides. So then I'm getting 25 left in the left side. And right side, I have W squared. 1W minus 10W gives me 9W. So I have negative 9W here. And I had plus 39. Next, I will subtract 25 both sides. So this side, we are getting 0, and that's what we are trying to do from the beginning. So we got a quadratic equation in one side of the equation, and the other side is 0. So we are looking for a value of W when this equation will be 0. So now we can use different methods solving quadratic equation. We can use the factoring, or we can use the quadratic formula. For this one, I'm doing the factoring because it's easy to do the factoring. We are looking for, because the leading coefficient is 1, and we have 14 in the right side. So if we do A times C, we get 14. And we are looking for factor of 14 that gives me negative 9, and both the factor will be same sign. So that if I list the factor of 14, I have negative 1, negative 14. Then I have negative 2, negative 7. Then 3 doesn't work, 4 doesn't work, 5 doesn't work, 6 doesn't work. We already got 7, means we did all the list of this factoring. And we can see that negative 1, negative 14 gives us negative 15, but negative 2, negative 7 gives us negative 9. So these are the factors, set of the factors I'm using. So the next line, if I do the factoring, I have W minus 7 times W minus 2. For when I do the factoring of W squared minus 9W plus 14. So now I'm done with the factoring. I can solve each of the factor for 0. So if I solve W minus 7 equals 0, I get W equals 7. If I solve W minus 2 equals 0, then I get W equals 2. So those two are the solution for this question. Question number 2, the length of a rectangle is 11 meters less than the 3 times of the width. the area of the rectangle is 42 square meter. Find the dimension of the rectangle. So now, if we look at the picture of the question, we are looking for a rectangle, and the width we know before we know the length. The reason is they told the relation of the length with respect to the width. So if I say my width is x, then the length will be 11 meter less, means negative 11, then 3 times of the width, so 3 times of the x. So length is nothing but 3x minus 11. Now, how do we find area? Because it's given area. Area is length times width. So if we do x times 3x minus 11, that will be 42 square meter. That's what is the information given. So we got the equation here. Then we will solve the equation. So we will distribute the x. Therefore, we get 3x squared minus 11x minus 42. Now, this is a quadratic equation, and we saw last time we have to make one side 0. So we will subtract 42 both sides. So right side will be 0, and 42 will come to the left side like this. So then we can use either quadratic formula or we can do the factoring. If we do the factoring will be this one. So quickly I'm showing you the factoring. So what we are doing here, we have to do 3 times 42. So 3 times 42 is 126. Then we will have the factor of 126 to find negative 11. So we can use, if we do all the listing, 2 times 63 is 126. If we use 3, we get 42. 3 times 42 is 126. 4 is not working. 5 is not working. 6 will work. So 6 times 21. Then 7 is not working. 8 is not working. If you do this way, the listing, then let's see 9. If 9 works, 126, you are doing 126 divided by 9. So 9 is working. 9 times 14. And we need negative 11. Oh, I missed the 7 before 9. We should have another one. 7 times 18 is the 126. Then we got 9. 10 is not working. 11 is not working. Then 12 is not working. And 13 is not working. 14 we are getting. We already got. So we are done with the listing. Now we need to check. One of the factor will be negative. One of the factor will be positive. The bigger one will be negative. So all the bigger number we will make negative. And we will see which one gives us 11. So this pair is not giving us 11. This pair is not giving us 11. Neither of this one. Neither of this one. So negative 18 plus 7, which gives us 11. So that's the factor we are using. So then what we have here is 3x squared. And I showed you, I just built a house for this one. So the first room has 3x squared, and the last room here is negative 42. Then middle two, doesn't matter which one you are using, you can write 7x here and negative 18x here. So now, if we do factoring this way, 3x squared minus 7x, then an x comes out from that. And then negative 18x minus 42, we can bring a negative 6 from here. So x minus 6, one of the answer. Another factoring, we are doing this direction. So 3x minus 18x, we can bring out 3x. And then from 7x minus 42, we can bring out a plus 7. So another factor is 3x plus 7. That's how we did this factoring. Now we will solve for 0. So one of the factor is x minus 6. If we solve that for 0, we get x equals 6. Another factor is 3x plus 7 equals 0. You will subtract 7 both sides, and then you will, so you get 3x equals negative 7, and then you divide both sides by 3. So another answer you get negative 7 over 3. Now, since we are talking about length and width, that cannot be a negative number. So this will not be an answer for us. The answer will be x equals 6. So one of the answer, we will only take the positive answer, and x was defined for the width. So width is 6. Now we can find the length, because length was 3x minus 11. And x value, we got 6. So 3x is 18 minus 11 is 7. So the length will be 7. So width is 6, length is 7. That will be answer for this question.